Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hey y'all. Hey Blazing. Who else is on here? I'm not gonna stay long because I'm tired and I'm ready to go to bed. All right, so let me start. So I am extremely busy. That's why I haven't been on here. Yep, it's been a while, Jeremy. But I'm back. Well, put it this way. I won't be on here as often until after April when tax season is over because, I'm still working at Wayfair and as well as TurboTax Intuit. So I just finished my training, which was self-paced training basically. And today was my pre-flight with my manager. That's when they go over things. So tomorrow evening I will be taking my first go around with Intuit Tax online. So I'm supposed to. So after when I work tomorrow for Wayfair, basically my regular schedule, 9 to 5:30, and then I think I work tomorrow from 7ish. I think it's like 7 to 10:30 or 11, something like that. I gotta look, but pretty much tomorrow's my first day being live with TurboTax Intuit. So basically, that means that I will be on camera. So they give you the computer and everything. And hey, Yuli Dubish. Well, I never seen your name before. You must be new. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. So I'll be working tomorrow with TurboTax Intuit. Who is Yuli Dubish? Who are you? Never seen. So, anyways, yep, I'll be working from home. Oh, that's Yolanda. I was like, who is that? I never seen this name before. So basically, when people have TurboTax, then they will be and they need any tax questions. Basically, I'll be helping people with their taxes online, and they'll just call it. They'll just they either be on their app or they will be on the phone. Oh, you changed your name. Why? Why you change your name? So, or they could also go in the chat. So, you know how when people go in the chat. So I'll be taking not just not phone calls, but live messaging, but also chat. So pretty much, I won't say I'm nervous, but it's going to be kind of different. Blazing. Oh, okay. You were bored with Yolanda. Well, put it this way. This be my first year working with TurboTax, and I'm a seasonal employee. So, and I'll be pretty much busy from now until April 15th. But when I got my first check the other day, it was like for just a few hours. I was like, what's this 100 and something? It was like 7 hours, and it was because I get paid about $19 an hour, so that's pretty good. And then they was saying like an email that you could work like 80 hours a week. I was like, they gonna be that busy like that? But of course, I don't think I'm gonna work 80 hours. Not with TurboTax. So because I still have Wayfair and oh, I'll get to that in a minute. So but that's pretty much what my life would be. So I haven't been on here too much. Now, let me tell you about GameStop. Now, yeah, I don't know if y'all been following up with the news, but I could kick myself straight in the head because last week GameStop was like it went up to like some ridiculous high amount, like 3,000%. So let me give you an example. So this little black boy, I was reading online at CNN, his mother bought him the GameStop stock 2019. Now GameStop was like $2-3 a share or something, something real low. So last week, Reddit, it's like a discussion board of some sort. All these people was on Robinhood. You know, they have Robinhoods and people, like small time people who ain't got no money like us, basically could go to Robinhood or even Cash App has where you buy stocks. So say for instance, you bought $60 worth of stock. So last week the stock skyrocketed with these hedge fund companies to like 3,000, 3,800%. So $60 is turned into like $3,500. And it went frenzy on the yes. Yeah, you saw it, the little boy that was mentioned on CNN, and it was not just him, it was also a few people they was mentioning. So one guy, white guy, bought some stock and he made $1.3 million on that one trade purchase from GameStop last week. Now, of course, within seconds, the stock immediately went down. It went from like $2-3, and then it shot up because all these people on social media, basically, I don't know if they just pumped it up or whatever the case may be, but Robinhood temporarily shut down the app from preventing people from purchasing. So that came into a big uproar, and everything happens. Everything happens. People are like, I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna, Congress get involved and everything else. So I was like, I kicked myself in the head because let me tell you, on Cash App, I had purchased some Bitcoin, and I purchased. I don't know why I was messing around with stupid DoorDash. I bought some DoorDash stock. I sold it because I was like, Then DoorDash stock went up to 3%, but it ain't ever gonna it is never going to be 2, 3, 4,000%, So I said I could kick myself in the head was because when I was looking at purchasing some stocks on the Cash App, I had like during the holidays when I was working at Wayfair, everybody was buying these game chairs and all this kind of stuff. And for some reason, I thought about it. I didn't think about it. I was like, man, I should buy me. For a second, I thought about GameStop, but I didn't bother to buy it. I didn't buy it. I was like, and I was kind of saying to myself, everybody buys games, but see, GameStop was losing a lot of money. They was closing a lot of the stores. People were buying things online, but I was saying to myself, dog, I wish I bought. You know how everything always 2020 hindsight. When something happens and people be making all this money, they say, "Oh, I wish I bought it." "Oh, I wish I played that number. Oh, I wish I did this." After the fact, but let me tell you, the little boy, he had about $3,500. The mother was like, "Oh, so he framed it on the wall and everything." It was just he wasn't even really thinking about it. Nobody was thinking about it. Then when the mother came across when it was coming online, she asks him, "What do you want to do?" And he says, "Well, it's going to go down." So he just simply took advantage and just cashed out. But can you imagine if you had bought? Yeah, they do. But you have to understand, just because you go into online presence doesn't necessarily mean that you make money, because the supplier, which is China, everything's made in China or India or wherever it's made, Bangladesh, you still have to be able to have the capital and the money to buy the product over online. Now, they could do like Red. Yeah, nope. Redbox ain't make no money. They ain't making any money like that. They don't. No, most people are gonna buy the games. They're not gonna rent it. They did that already. They've done that when it was CDs and DVRs or whatever. So they've done that before. Well, I don't know. Nintendo and they even still around, but nevertheless, the quicker that people made that money, the sooner they lost it, because it went up, it spiked a certain time. So if you wasn't a day trader or somebody who's watching the market that day, you really doesn't necessarily mean you will make money. You know. Now, from a tax perspective, now they may not have to pay on that capital gains tax until next year, because but I'm not going to go into a big topic on that. But I'm just saying that social media kind of pumped that up. But who's to say that Robinhood even have the money to pay out, and they've been having financial problems. That's why it became a big uproar. See, you may be a millionaire on paper, because that's what it was. You're only a millionaire on paper when you bought it, but who's to say that that Robinhood even had the money to pay it out? Now that's gonna be the big blow that people's gonna be like, oh my God, they ain't told that side of the story yet, because it just happened not that long ago. So, of course, transactions and things. I use Robinhood for doggy coin. I don't know what that is. So, all I know is this: the quicker you can make the money in the market, especially when you're doing investing, the quicker you can lose it. Now, I don't know. It's been talks now, for months, that the market is going to be in a, the dollar's already losing its value. Everybody say, "Oh, go and buy gold. Oh, go and buy silver." Now the thing is, well, Ruthie, I'll send you the link again to the Cash App, because you can buy. What is this thing I'm playing with? McDonald's thing, this little toy thing. So I started out small. I started doing it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, they always do that. Never in stock. They do that on purpose. They should do those raggedy Nikes. They always do that. That's just a game that people play. They come out with something, they only make so many, because what is it? When the demand is high and the product is low, the prices of those games is $400 or $500, and then all they got to do is when at the end of this year, when they come up with a new one, then people gonna be like running to get the next thing. When the thing just came out last year, you wait a few more months, you get it for cheaper. Ain't nobody running for that. But first of all, people need to be concentrating on saving their money, because this whole entire the dollar, and people be it's I don't know. I'm not gonna be one of those videos making, oh, the economy is going into collapse. If you have a job now, try to stack up your money. That's why for these next couple of months, when I work both Wayfair and that TurboTax into it, I'm just gonna stack up all of my money, and then I'm still doing the other little small apps I was doing anyway, like survey and stuff. But I haven't done as much survey because I've been so busy working with um into it, trying to finish the training. So, but pretty much, that's all been going. That's all that's been happening with me. So let me tell you, tomorrow, well, I bought some stock in AMC theater, movie theater. They say that's supposed to be the next big thing, but I bought some yesterday. So at 9:30 tomorrow, I'll be buying $25 worth of AMC, the movie theater stock, because it's really low right now. But I anticipated that it may go up. And I bought me some Tesla stock. And I bought, what else did I buy? It did go down. Well, I bought some stocks here and there, but I lost 85 cents overall. But I don't know if I could show y'all this. Let me see. Oops. You see that right there? I've been buying, you know, $10, $15, nothing big for now. And while the market is kind of low, I won't really worry too much because if I lose, I'm not going to lose too much. So I'll just keep adding on every week, not weekly, but maybe every couple of weeks, I'll just buy a few shares. And then I got Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, I bought $30. No, I bought $25. I don't know about Google. To me, you just have to, you can't guess who to buy. You just have to buy based on who you like to support, you know? Exactly. If you're afraid to lose money, then don't invest. But like I said, you can start off small. So when I started buying Bitcoin last month, I bought, let me see, what did I first start out with? I bought $25 worth of Bitcoin, and then put it this way, I bought $50 worth of Bitcoin so far. And so far I got $60.69. So it's been going up, down, and that's how I started buying with my Bitcoin. See, 60.69. So, now it went down to 60.70. So between me buying Bitcoin and a few stocks here and there, I bought me some SPDR Gold Trust, Nvidia. They went up real high one time. I bought some in Plug Power. It's a company called Plug Power. They went down. Dang. Well, that's okay. And I bought Tesla. Tesla went down 5%. But AMC Entertainment went up 53.65%. But see, I bought it yesterday. So it ain't gonna be traded until the stock market opens tomorrow. But like I said, it all depends on who you purchase. When I used to work at Walmart years ago, when I was in college, I had bought me some Walmart stock when the stock was really low. Man, I made some money on that, but I sold it. But I didn't keep it. But when I purchased it at the time, it was really low. Now, of course, Walmart is high. It's kind of up there. What is ULO? I don't know what ULO is. Who said anything about ULO? Well, looking at it, the S&P 500, which is the first 500 stocks. So when you hear someone say S&P 500, they talking about the top 500 stocks. Most of them is technology stocks. So every company or every stock is different. Oh, you only live once. but remember about 3 years ago, I told you I bought that $1 a share for that black entertainment company up there in Los Angeles. So I haven't heard too much about them, but I still got those 100 shares. And that was a sleeper, but I've been getting the emails and they've been and they've been expanding their TV network. And what was they doing? They send me emails, but I keep missing the meetings they have. And they have grown tremendously. I need to contact them and tell me where is my I need to check on my investment. But even if they were I'm gonna hold on to it. So even if they went up like they did, they're not gonna be on the NASDAQ or the major stock exchange. They're trying to get their SEC filings and stuff in order. But they also had expanded to another area, urban. What do they call it? Urban TV or something like that. You had to have a minimum investment of a few $1,000s. So I'm glad I jumped on in when it was $1. So that's one of those stocks too that if you don't jump in from the beginning, it could out of nowhere I could suddenly become a millionaire. So I'm still waiting to see what happens with that. But clear. Well, I already bought AMC, so it was another company that someone says to buy, and they had like a funny name. It was like almost like a curse acronym. What was it? Dang, I just read about it too. I don't know about no penny stocks. Ain't nobody really do that, blazing. No one makes anything with penny stocks anymore. But oh no, I'm not messing with that. Let me tell you the reason why cannabis stocks is not a great thing, because they are, especially Canada. See, it's still not federally legal here in the United States, and they've cracked down on a lot of those cannabis stocks and things like that up in Canada. So that's really not in my opinion, that's not really a good investment. Well, you bought some cannabis. You invested in cannabis? Nah, I ain't messing with nothing like that. That ain't nothing that I do, and that ain't, I thought about it one time, but see, you have to get into things more like I heard something about in California they have vending machines and stuff. I mean, I don't know. To me, you have to kind of invest in companies when they started from the ground down, and invest not when everybody else knows. If everybody else knows about it at that point, it ain't something that's gonna be make a lot of money. Yeah, but there's a difference between hemp and cannabis. Hemp has always been around. Hemp if you look up the history about hemp in the United States, hemp was somewhat like currency back in those colonial times when they grew hemp. That was more like a commodity for trade and stuff back in the colonial. I don't know why I keep playing with this little thing. Interesting. I thought it was supposed to be something. Nope. But anyways, my little toy. But anyway, I don't know. All I knew was, dang, can you imagine if I had bought that dang GameStop stock when I thought about it and I see it grew up like that? Georgia. I'm from Georgia. Well, what time is it? Oops, now I'm going to put y'all here for 5 more minutes. Then after that, I'm going to bed. So, what's my other thing I'm thinking of doing? I'm going to, I've been talking about buying this gold and silver. So, I'm going to contact this one company tomorrow so I could buy me I need to protect my thrift plan because if the market goes, oh, you in South Carolina? Okay, we're in South Carolina blazing. Columbia, Charleston. My family's in South Carolina. Best of luck. Well, you know what? When I buy me some gold bars or silver, I'm probably start off with silver because gold, I can't afford 1,800. Well, no, that's not true. If I buy the gold IRAs, but see, I've been debating about that because I'm trying to um, oh, you from the Low Country? Okay, my mother lived in Goose Creek and the Cross and all that low areas up there. I like Somerville. Somerville, and what's the other one? They kind of really changed. They used to be like country. Now they kind of like a suburbs. Shoo. See, I want to try to learn to get into real estate. Oh, you work in Goose Creek? Okay, Blazing. I probably would have, if I come to go to South Carolina to visit my mother, I probably bumped into you one day. You never know. She live up there in the hamlets in Goose Creek. There's a lot of businesses and jobs, and cost of living is so it's not expensive like Atlanta and Raggy, because eventually I will be going back to South Carolina when I get about I only got 8 more years before I turn 60. I may be going back to South Carolina anyway. I'm not really. I don't see myself staying here in Atlanta. This house I'll be paid off probably in the next, maybe less than 10 years. I'll have this house paid off according to my figures. And I may just, I will be going back to South Carolina eventually. Oh, you do? Okay. Crowfield Plantation. You don't have to be younger. You could do it now. You don't have to, and don't flip houses. You got to have big pockets to go and flip houses. There's many ways of making money in real estate. And I just came and listened to this real estate person, Don Wellesley, and it's like a investment advisory company, but I'll need to ask them. It's like 2 years of they just have advice, but I need to find someone where I can learn actually how to invest in real estate. But you don't have to buy houses, flip them, fix them up, and flip them. You can use other people's money. They say hard money, they call it, but you can also loan money to people to buy houses, and you get anywhere from 12, 16, 18%. So there's another way you can make money. But to buy houses and flip them and all that, you have to have partners. I have a friend, she's worth millions and millions of dollars. She's been doing that for years. And um, she just buy properties, fix them up, because let me tell you, it could be hard. You find people, because let me tell you, I'm going to talk about this when I come back again on here. And because there's several different things that I want to do. And at this point, I'm getting tired of working and working, paying bills. That's it. Now, at this point in my stage of my life, I want to start learning how to invest my money. All right, when people say they want to retire, it's not retire doesn't mean you don't want to work anymore. You know that, right? I've heard too many different things I've been listening to. When people say, I want to retire, no, there's people who you have to learn how to, and not so much invest your money. You have to know how to obtain assets. When I was every night before I go to bed, I always listen to this YouTube channel um, that speaks about real estate. Not so much how to invest in real estate, but he mentions about when someone says business and how people go into real estate investing, but you end up having to work just to try to make anything with it. What they say, time is money, and that's what it is. And people, you can actually have you can actually have a business just making money in real estate, but you have to know how to. I retired my business. And I'm taking time off, but I'm not. But I'm done earning money. See, that's the thing. You have to do residual income. You don't have to. If you're working to make money, you're not really making any money. But if you do one thing once and let that and residual income keep generating. That's what cash flow is, and that's what passive income is. See, I hear a lot of people on YouTube, they be the YouTuber millionaires. When I say not YouTube millionaire, Uber millionaires, they thinking because they making, $1,200, $1,300 every week, running your car down to the ground, doing Uber and all these other kind of apps. And they be like flashing the money. Oh, look, I'm making. But you're not making that. You're not. That's not passive income. I could, because because you ain't pay no taxes on any of that money, and that's not just about federal. You got to pay the federal, the state, Social Security. So you're not really making that amount of money. By the time you take out all the taxes, and then let's talk about the wear and tear on your car and your vehicle and all the money expenses that's paid out to that. So that's why, yeah, that's the thing. That's residual income. That's why they say the best type of investment is real estate, but um, where you minus all the expenses associated with um, the house, whether it be a single family or just a bunch of apartment buildings and stuff, you could make cash flow with real estate. That's why, see, I'm going to talk to this company tomorrow because I've been listening to this thing for months. And I asked them about my house. I said, I'll have a house and how, I could actually make residual income with this house I got. Because one, I'm tired of it. Well, I have never really fell in love with this house anyway. I mean, I'm glad I have a home. Don't get it. Don't, but what I pay $950 a month in mortgage, not including the electricity and all that other stuff. But this house, I could rent it out for like $1,600 easily. $1,600, if not a little bit more, for a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and make $1,000 plus a month just by collecting the rent. But I'm gonna talk about this with somebody tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna try to do it in between when I'm working and see if I could call this company, call them and ask them before I go into this advisory thing. But they not real, I really want to do something this year. But all these little monies that I make here and there, it's time for me to make some passive income, residual income. And man, Uber takes more than 30%. It's probably more like 40% now. Shoot. It's probably more like 40%. Last time I did Uber 3, 4 years ago, it was 30%. And I think they went up in the greedy ass. So that's what I want to do. You, I want to at this point start investing my money. No, Blaze, you do not want to go to no Atlanta, May. I just reading your previous comment. You do not want to go to no Atlanta, Miami, or Houston. Nope. Nope. Atlanta, they don't need no more people coming down here, living over here. If you're not making no money, and I'm not talking about a little bit of money. I mean, most black folks, Mexican and Indian people live in the suburbs. And as you go out in these outskirts, I'm not saying all of them, but I'm not crazy. You young, but Atlanta is played out. It ain't nothing here. Ain't no beaches, ain't no nothing. Well, you just have to go into the long run. Well, I don't know. Atlanta ain't like it used to be when I moved here in 1996. I can tell you that. It's not the same. It is quite different all the way around. Now, I did have an opportunity one time when I was working at the IRS. They wanted me to move, to Austin, Texas. Now, if you looking for some place to live and you're still young in terms of your career and stuff, that's where I would be moving. Is I would consider Austin because all those big tech companies and stuff, most of not a lot, but most of those companies they move into Austin, and this real estate company that I was talking about, they are based in Houston, so they buy a lot of real estate in San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas, outside of Dallas, and that's where I'm gonna invest. I thought about Georgia because my cousin lives in Conyers. Conyers, it's all right. Conyers is like up the road from where I live. So it's like 10 miles. You go right up the road, Rockdale County, up there on 20. Like I said, Atlanta, nope. It's gone way too expensive. And most people who live, black folks, Mexican, Asian, whatever, they live all out in the outskirts. Um, I don't know. Don't want to live in a city. I want to live near Arabian Mountains. Oh, you talking about dang going up the street from the up there in the mall. That area is not as developed, but like I said, I don't know. When it's time for me to go, like my mother told me she's gonna pay off that second house. My mother already on the verge of paying off another house. We just sold the one in the Bronx. She's gonna pay off the one she lived up there in Goose Creek. That could be paid off. And my mother's supposed to be retired, but I mean, technically she's retired. But like I said, there's no such thing as when people think retired, they think about not working anymore, and that's not really what that means. But I don't want to get too much into that because I said I'm going to be on here for only 10:08. I'm already past my time. But anyways, that's pretty much what I've been doing. So tomorrow I'll be working TurboTax it then tomorrow night, and wish me well. You know, it's just a matter of starting, getting used to the flow. because at the end of the tax season, they pay out this bonus. So hopefully I'll be aiming towards the bonus. And anybody looking for something to do, I guess I would say I don't know. I get emails all the time. A lot of places hiring, so. But anyways, if y'all want me to do a tax series, let me know, because every year I mention it and then nobody really don't have too much questions. But anyways, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow night. I'm gonna try to come on tomorrow night. I'll let y'all know how it went. So I think I get off at 10:30. I can't remember. Anyway. That's why I like the Aries too. Yeah, I'm gonna start going back to Arabian Mountain, because I used to walk that mountain. I did Stone Mountain, I did Arabian Mountain, and that's a pretty sight. It's not like it's big, but it's interesting. All right, Blazing, Yolanda, who else will be on here? It's 8 people, but I only see 2 of y'all. Where's the rest of y'all lurking in the background? Sexy P, I remember. Jeremy. Who else I'm missing on here? I don't want to miss nobody. All right. Oops. All right. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'll try to make me some small videos, but I'm sitting in my room, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do small little tidbits. I just need to think of what I'm going to do. All righty. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow night. Y'all have a good night. Give me some thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, I appreciate it. See yous.